Today I'm going to share with you one of the coolest discoveries I have ever come across in my entire life. Tachyon technology is probably going to blow your mind. It kind of blew mine in the best possible way. So Tachyon energy, if you're not familiar with that term, it's basically quantum science lingo for pure prana. So in other words, pure life energy. And what distinguishes Tachyon energy from other kinds of life energy and vibration is that it's a kind of pure life energy that actually vibrates at a frequency that is faster than light. So if you imagine the 0-point field of pure potentiality, so before reality collapses into a waveform or a particle, there's this field of pure potentiality of infinite speed and infinite potential. Is where all manifestation comes out of, is where the quantum soup rises and falls from. And so the first manifestation out of the 0-point field is Tachyon energy. Now if you take that and you slow that down slightly, you get the frequency of light that we can actually see. And as you know, with light there's also other different kind of frequencies like ultraviolet and infrared and different wavelengths that we may or may not be able to perceive with our human physical eyes. And Tachyon energy is also that kind of light transmission, you could say, but that most people cannot see with their physical eyes. And then if you slow that down further, you get these kind of physical manifestations like our bodies and crystals and rocks and plants and wood and everything that we can see and touch. And the Tachyon chamber was invented by a guy named David Wagner from America. And David Wagner is a super cool dude, and he's been through like a crazy ass journey in his lifetime. And so I want to share the background story because it's kind of mind-blowing. So David Wagner grew up in a family of meditators and crystal healers, and so he was aware of energy and vibration from a very young age. And when he was 7, one day, when he was home alone, his mom was not at home, he went outside his house and a ball of lightning went into his body. If you're not familiar with the ball of lightning, this might sound a bit fluffy, but it's actually a real thing. You can Google it. My mom was actually chased by one when she was a kid, and her dad, my grandfather, pulled her out of the way and it passed her. And so if you imagine the way tumbleweed moves through the desert, the way it kind of travels horizontally like a rolling ball, imagine lightning being shaped into that. That kind of gives you a rough idea of what a ball of lightning looks like. So anyway, this ball of lightning went into the 7-year-old body of David Wagner, kind of electrified him, and he passed out, but he survived this. And when he woke up, he could see energy and he could see vibration, he could see the way everything communicates with everything. And he still has this ability today, and he could also read thoughts, which he quickly discovered was not a super smart thing to do, because when he was interacting with grown-ups, he would often respond to what they were thinking, not what they were saying, which was not super popular, but kind of cool. And he still has this ability today, and he's better at kind of filtering when to use it and how to navigate that. Fast forward into his 30s, he was working as an engineer, and then one day in meditation he heard a voice within him. And if you've ever heard voices meditation, you know that it's not a weird thing, it's just that inner guidance, that connection to source. So he heard a voice within him saying, whatever happens today is for the best. And he got kind of excited because he was like, oh, something really good is going to happen today. So he was super excited. And that day at work, a heavy metal filing cabinet fell on his back and broke his spine in 3 places and made him crippled. I don't know if he was completely paralyzed, like I don't know if he could wiggle stuff, but he couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything, he was crippled completely. And for about 2 years he tried everything in Western medicine and Eastern healing. He tried surgery, he tried quantum touch and acupressure and Reiki and like everything that he could possibly imagine from the East and from the West, and nothing worked. And 8 different surgeons declared that he would be crippled for life, that there's basically nothing they can do. And then finally, after about 2 years of this, he went into meditation again, and he finally asked the question, okay, so why was this for the best? Because it kind of seems like it sucks. And immediately he heard a voice inside saying, are you ready? And his answer was obviously like, duh, yeah, it's been 2 fucking years. Like, yes, I'm ready. What is it? Immediately he started receiving a vision, downloads, you could say, channeling, whatever name you want to give it, he received instructions for how to create this machine. What materials to use, how to put it together, how to program it, how to use it, everything. And because he couldn't move, he couldn't do it himself, so it took quite a while because he had to like give instructions to other people how to put it together, had to have all the parts like specially made because it didn't exist before. So he created this machine, and once it was done, he received the guided instructions to place 3 flat discs inside this chamber for 14 days. And as he was doing this, you could see how the energy was moving inside the space, and he could see how it was approaching the 0-point field of infinite speed, and he was like, this is impossible. But that's basically what he could perceive, so that's what was happening. And then he placed these 3 flat discs on his back where it was broken, where the spine was broken, and within a few months he was completely healed. He had restored full mobility, and this is like 20 years ago or something, and now he's in his 50s, and he has a little bit of a belly, but he's healthy and he's moving, and he is not crippled whatsoever. He is an awesome human being, and he's creating so much beauty in the world. So when this happened and people were like, what's going on? You're supposed to be crippled. What are you doing, like walking around and stuff? And he's like, well, I healed it with this thing. And then he started receiving more and more people who also had pain and who wanted healing. And he treated people in the same way, and he had success in every single case. And then people started taking notice, and they're like, what is this thing you've created? And he was like, well, I don't know, I just channeled it. Then he basically had to reverse engineer his own invention, and he discovered, created a tachyon chamber. As far as I know, this is the only one in the world. It's in a secret location somewhere, I believe, in America. So David Wagner at some point realized that this same technology that he was using for healing, because it's tapping into the 0-point field, can also be used to create free energy for the entire world. And he started sharing about his discovery in seminars and with people. And one day when he was driving home from the seminar, as he was driving, 2 cars with dark windows, this is super trippy, 2 cars with dark windows pulled up on either side of him, aimed guns into the windows, shot, and both missed. Actually, as far as I understand, one of the bullets actually went into a big amethyst crystal that was sitting next to him in the passenger seat. But basically, they thought they had done the job, but he survived. And so after this, he realized, like, shit, okay, so it's not safe to share about this just so openly. So what he did was that he went into hiding for some time, took some measures, and then published a video where he said that if they kill him, then he has made arrangement such that this technology will instantly be leaked in like 30-40 countries immediately. And if they don't kill him, then he promises to only use this for personal healing tools and not to create free energy for the world. And so then they basically left him alone, and he went into creating the Tachyon healing tools, which was initially a lot of meditation pendants and crystals and pyramids and meditation tools. And what all of these do is that they are completely balanced in terms of EMF. So they're all EMF protection devices, meaning that when you wear a pendant, or when you use one of these discs, or if you use the Tachyon Yoni Egg or any other pleasure tools that I'm going to talk about in just a second, then you are not affected by phones and computers and Wi-Fi and shit. You're in a completely balanced EMF protected field. So that is amazing for us who are living in this world that unfortunately has a lot of crisscrossing energy that can affect us in not such awesome ways. And then a couple of years ago, David Wagner partnered together with Sarita, Mapram Sarita, who's one of the tantric legends, tantric masters, tantric grandmothers in the world. She's in her 60s, she's super youthful, she's amazing. I studied with her the first time about 10 years ago in London, and then I met her and her partner in Bali, and I was introduced to the Tantra Tachyon pleasure tools. And I have been using crystal dildos and wands and pleasure wands and jade eggs and rose quartz Yoni eggs and lots of the crystal pleasure tools. This blows everything out of the water. For example, the Tachyon Yoni egg, the difference between that one and even the highest quality jade you can find in the world is like the difference between jade and plastic. I'm not kidding. So I have been using this Yoni egg now pretty much every day since January 2017, and it has just taken my experience of energy, of vibration, of self-pleasuring, of lovemaking, and of energetic experience of life to the next level. That's basically it. So it's kind of like Tantra meeting Tesla technology. If you are a person who is into the awakening of consciousness as well as the awakening of your orgasmic potential within your body, then you are going to absolutely love all of these. Because what I love so much is that it really brings together this world of vibration, energy, orgasm, pleasure, sensation with consciousness, non-physical awareness, multidimensional consciousness, and so much more. It's a little bit hard to describe, you kind of have to feel it. I have never met anyone who couldn't feel this at all. And I mean, like, even people who usually can feel crystals and stuff, they hold the Yoni egg or the ultraspheres or even one of these discs that is very similar to what David used to heal his body. You place it on the body, people can usually feel it strongest on the head, and it's like, okay, what is going on? It's the most beautiful, powerful, gentle, aligned anything I've ever come across. So if you want to learn more about the Tantra pleasure tools, then check out the video right here where I go into detail about what they are, how to use them. I talk about the Yoni egg, I talk about the pleasure wand, I talk about the G-spot wand and the root chakra activator, the ultraspheres, and some other things that you're gonna love. So what it feels like when you wear the Yoni egg inside or the ultraspheres, or when you use the wands, is like a continuous stream of pure light energy up through my body, up through your body, and it is so incredibly beautiful. And so if you have any questions, if you have anything you want me to cover in a future video where I can go into more details about how to use all of these, then let me know in the comments down below. If you want to stay up to date with these kind of discoveries and other cutting edge tools in terms of pleasure, orgasmic awakening, and the awakening of consciousness, then hit the subscribe button. And please share this with your friends, because we need to know. This is like one of these matrix hacks, you know, it's like humanity is advancing so much and so fast right now, and it's really exciting to be a part of this. And so thank you for being a part of this cutting edge tribe of conscious awakening human beings on the planet. It is so exciting to be alive at this point. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.